Hey, it's David.
Hey, it's Tim, and we're Worth It Fridays.
What the nani?
Okay, so welcome to episode 3 of our podcast, where we talk about games worth your Fridays. Our goal for me and David is to bring you guys, the viewers, more opinions on games that are new and old. Because, let's face it, games are pretty expensive nowadays, and we just want to bring you more conversations about games that are just worth playing today, whether they're, of course, whether they're old games or new games.
Yes, today's episode is a very special episode. We have a special guest. His name is Dan. You won't see him here today because he doesn't have a webcam, unfortunately. But you can see him on the thumbnail. So if you're really interested, just look at our thumbnails.
How are you doing, Dan?
Good.
Alright.
Alrighty. So, to introduce, today's episode will be based on Grand Theft Auto 5 and a bonus content. We're also going to be talking about Grand Theft Auto Online. Yes. So,
they're very like, even though they're the same game, they're they're two different like monsters. Just because I think online is its own beast, even to this day, I think campaign is still worth talking about for sure. So
definitely. So let's start our opinions and thoughts about GTA 5 solo mode or campaign mode. So I'm curious, Dan, what are your thoughts of the story of Grand Theft Auto 5?
Well, the game has their moments. Like there's this one moment when Trevor went to Lumire's aunt place, and then you know what happens there.
Can you briefly describe what happens?
So they were in a group, and then they're like, "Yo, let's do this thing," and then Trevor walks away, right? And then he sees a guy on the random street. He's like, "What the?" You know what?
Yeah.
And then he
We
gets
get you.
and then he gets knocked out.
And then he gets knocked out.
And then there's some jokes to the game too.
Lots of jokes.
When you're
lots of jokes.
along the like campaign mode, the jokes are pretty funny. Other jokes are funny. Like there's this one joke when Trevor, same spot, he went to Franklin's aunt's place, and then he pulled out money. He's like, you should treat yourself out. So he hands him the money, and then the aunt was counting. He's like, it's only $4. I said, buy something nice, not expensive.
I remember that. That was pretty funny. I was like, that's a good comeback.
Yeah, but yeah, either the story is like pretty good. It just reminds me because I went to LA, and I'm like, yeah, this reminds me of the game a lot.
It's more so like the memorable moments, right? So like, what's the most memorable moment in the story? Kind of like for you, Dan.
The game style. You get to do stuff that you can't do in real life, right?
That's the best part of GTA.
And so speaking of like gameplay, right? So since the gameplay is all about being a criminal, right?
Yeah.
That goes along with the story. With the gameplay, you can do anything. Like you can rob person, just drive into a pole and just like steal someone else's car. It made you feel like a criminal, and I think most of our talks, David, is kind of funny. It's we always talk about like the feeling of something, right? For Spider-Man, it was the feeling of like being Spider-Man. For Batman, it's the feeling of being Batman. So now GTA 5 comes out, and you're like, well, it's time to feel like a criminal. And it's, I guess, like as simple and maybe illegal, not maybe, but it's pretty illegal. As that is, it's pretty fun.
It is. Yeah, like for me, what I liked about the game is that I love characters development stuff, as mentioned before. In GTA 5, you get to play 3 characters. One was Trevor, one is Franklin, and one is Michael. And what I like about all 3 is that they're very different and unique kind of gameplay style. For example, Franklin's kind of like that new guy's just trying to get his life together and think of a better future. Trevor is I think he's like the most popular one, where he's actually just drunk, going ballistic, guns blazing kind of style. And then Michael, you kind of see his struggle as with his family. But if you want my opinion, I think my favorite character would be Michael, just because his story is very interesting and how he interacts with his family and all this
Oh yeah, for
GTA
sure.
stuff. So I think I really enjoy Michael's story. But yeah, I'm curious what your guys are like. Is there a character that you like out of the three that you like playing?
I like playing Trevor because he jokes around a lot. He does some randomest stuff ever.
He's definitely the
Yeah.
most out there.
Yeah, he's out there. Yeah, and then like they're both of their stories like different, but yeah, the most played was for me was Trevor.
Yeah, for me, I guess Michael is kind of like the most like Trevor is out there, so he's kind of like he's already funny. But I think Michael, just because like you actually get to see like his family and how messed up it is, and like his wife's cheating, his son's like like not doing anything, and then he's just like, what do I do with my life? You know, it's like going to like literally the first cutscene, right? Is like him at his like therapy session, just like, is this right? You know, it's oh man, it's so funny. Michael is like very very hood. There's it's like he brings kind of like the different personality that like Michael and Trevor doesn't have. Whereas like I think Michael's kind of like the balance between everyone, and then like Trevor is just like the other spectrum, you know, like I don't need a gang, I'm just crazy.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious. What's your memorable moment, Tim? Because we heard dance, but I'm curious what's yours.
Right. For in the campaign, I think the most memorable moment is probably like the heist of the game. The way that they make you play all three characters, and just like I guess it's more so like the gameplay. It's just like doing the heist was like really fun. Like you're like setting up like how much you pay each person, how much money everyone's getting, and like actually like executing the heist. So those are like the really fun moments in the campaign for sure, because it's like you always got to the exciting moment comparing to like online, of course. So it was really fun to play those heists and like actually like make like a lot of money out of them.
Yeah, that was actually fun. I think for me, do you guys remember where Michael's daughter was doing like the American Got Talent kind of show?
Oh yeah.
And then it was
Oh,
Michael
yeah.
and Trevor trying to bust it in there and get her out, just because the hosts of the show was kind of just using her kind of thing. So I just love that mission. It's just fun and joke, and just like, yeah, I probably would do the same thing, but not in real life. But yeah, it's just like so funny.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyways, it made me realize how much content the game has. Like, there's so much things you can do, right? Like, they made the whole map huge, and there's like, you can go to like a pole dancing place, hint, hint, unicorn. Like they added that. They add so much details into that. Like, if you have money, you'll get some details for sure. Like bunch of cars designs. You can steal any kind of car, like supercars, dinky cars, big van cars, trucks. And it's like a huge world. I think they combine like San Francisco, right, and some other place together.
LA for sure.
It's
LA. It's LA, right?
LA, and I don't know.
Yeah, like it's
Some people say Canada.
It's like Canada, right? And yeah, like I remember there's like racing parts of the game where you get to race too, and there's so many things.
You can get eaten by a shark, so I don't know.
Did I take that
Yo,
out?
can you-
Maybe in
Can
online.
you
I did.
really?
Yeah,
Oh.
you can get eaten by a shark if you're outside on story mode, like
Yeah.
far away in the
You
ocean.
like
can get
swim
eaten by
so
a
far away, yeah.
Oh, yo, that's so cool.
Okay, so moving on, we can talk about how Dan was able to actually meet them in person too, I think, and also see one of their panels at an expo. So Dan, why don't you come talk about that?
So when they were at the expo, though, it was the best thing I experienced because they're three funny guys. Yeah, and so when I went to the panel, classic GTA, they swear right off the bat when they came out, and then everybody was like, "Oh, yeah!" Everybody was cheering. So I'm like, "Okay."
That's all they need. That's all they need. They're just
Yeah.
gonna swear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then during the panel, they were asking like questions. Who has questions? But I forgot, man. If I recorded that one guy that asked, "Can you swear at me?"
Could you swear at me?
Yeah, but yeah, Trevor looks like exactly like the game. It's hilarious.
That's pretty
There was
cool.
this one, and then there was this one question the guy asked, he's like, how does it feel when you died at The Walking Dead? I'm like, ooh.
Oh,
like-
spoilers!
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
But yeah, and then after the panel, I went to like their table to get their autographs. So I went to get Trevor's autographs, and then but I walked past Franklin's booth, and then Franklin's like, yo, bro, yo, brother. And then we start talking. It surprised me that Franklin liked to play Trevor into the game because he's funny.
Oh, that's
But yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Pretty
And
cool.
did he sign it like on the CD or in the box?
Oh yeah, I brought my game. He signed it on the CD.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Of course, with Dan's permission, we'll be showing that on the screen. But yeah, unfortunately for any audio listeners out there, you just gotta trust us that or come watch the video. By the way,
Yeah.
We'll show the signed CD.
Yeah, and like you know how I like Dan how mentioned like the character looks like the voice actor, and I think that's what they did for GTA. They literally kind of took the image of the real voice actor and just kind of made into a video game, which I think that was like a new thing back in
To
the
get
day.
like the
eh?
actual like face and stuff. Right. This
That's
game
pretty
came
cool.
out in 2013. For anyone
Yeah,
that like
2013.
remembers, this was on the PlayStation 3, Xbox. Was it 360? Oh my
Yeah.
goodness! What a and people are still playing it today in 2020.
Yes, that's true. Okay, so to do a summarize, do you guys think it's worth it still to play in this year in 2020? Tim?
Just the story, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, just the story.
if it's like there's not many games out there that hasn't done like a modern setting, I suppose, of like a video game. Like I can only kind of recall a few out there that's like actually taking like the modern city or modern time and then like playing around that. Because I guess in terms of like in a modern setting, there's not many things you could do with it unless it's like a mystery or like a dark story or something. But like this is like straight up criminal, so like you can literally just like it's more funny or it's too relatable. No, it can't be relatable. No one's a criminal, right?
Whoa. Dark secrets there, eh?
Yeah.
So yeah, this is really cool to kind of like live out those heists and stuff in a video game, at least, not in real life, please. Okay, so why don't we get onto the online part, because GTA 5 is not just a story now, and I think when people think of GTA 5, people think more so GTA 5 online, more specifically, because that thing is essentially making the big bucks for Rockstar, or the people that made the game. So we can talk about kind of like the same things that maybe the single player was similar to. So generally there's missions, there's some story quests for online, but essentially you have more so the side quests or like mission types, like different types of missions, as well as like different activities, I suppose we can call them, for general online. And so why don't we start with Dan? What do you think is the most memorable moment in GTA Online?
It's like when you play with your group of friends, right? You goof off, do like heists, or just chill on a yacht. You know?
Chill on a yacht. It's true.
Like,
So expensive.
yeah, it's expensive, but or you can just like battle out, like someone brings out a Hydra and you bring out a tank or something. Yeah, I remember this one time I was heisting with my friend. It was funny because he tried to go ahead of me and I knocked him off. I think he remembers,
Is that friend me?
Yes, yes. Oh, and this is the funny one too, because I remember we were doing a heist. My other friend took out a bike on a heist. I'm like,
Oh yes.
I remember.
For those who don't know, it's a pedal bike, not a motorcycle
A
bike.
bicycle.
A bicycle.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, we all came over like, whose bike is that?
We all made fun of him for the next hour.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you're watching this, you know it.
If
You know. If you know, you know.
you know, you know.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of content on like Like they just keep pumping out new stuff online. Like
Yeah,
it was like
and oh, sorry.
oh yeah, it was like the casino that came out. Don't know it when that came out, but
A while ago. This year, I think.
and then yeah, you can like you can build your own like challenges, like your racetrack. Like, I see people do that. I'm like, oh man, those are so challenging. Huh?
It's true.
Like I don't know if like Tim or David can do it, but I can.
I probably cannot.
And then there's like a lot of like vehicles, expensive vehicles and stuff. If you're like a collectible guy like me, I collect a lot of guns, you know.
Collect a lot of guns.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Dan was always the guy where if some other player online is trying to like spawn kill me, all that, I always call Dan because he has all the guns he needs to execute the other player. So
Yeah.
Yeah, so like essentially, I think Dan nailed it all. I think there's just so much to do in GTA Online, whether it's the actual activities that GTA Online has, or it's creating your own playstyle or your own thing where essentially you can grief others or grief your friends, which I think most of the time is what we did anyways. We had a friend like way back, I think, as we were traveling to our next like mission or heist thing, he would just sticky our car, like sticky bomb our car, sticky bomb our helicopter, and he's like, you can't kill me now because if I die this thing explodes. And we're like, I don't want to lose my car, I gotta pay insurance or so whatever. So it was always so like hectic and crazy, which I think benefits GTA Online really greatly, because it's just the general I put in our notes, the general foolery that we have that we can do is just so fun. This being a CEO or being an arcade owner or being a bike gang leader dude. Like I think we were all, at least like we bought like a CEO build. I guess they technically gave us enough money to like buy all these buildings. What one of these like I guess things was really cool to you?
I think for me, like I'm a late bloomer, so like I got the game for free on Epic at that one moment, at that one part of the day. Yeah, for the CEO building, I thought it was great because they actually give you a free building to start off as a CEO. And I think I liked about it is just because in the CEO building, you have this cool garage. And I'm the car collecting kind of guy. So if I get a nicest car, there's this garage where it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like an Iron Man facility where there's like 3 floors and there's like an elevator for your car to like go up and down, and you can put your cars on display. It just looks so fancy. Yeah, and I think the best part about this game is during this time of COVID is you can literally do what you could do online. So like, you know what I mean? Like let's say you can go hiking. There's a map where there's mountains and you can actually go on a hike, yeah, and like you can go to the grocery store if you want. Usually you just buy candy bars, or if you're a CEO, your clerk can grab it for you, so your secretary. So I think that's the best part of the CEO. And then the arcade owner is pretty cool too, if you're like a gamer kind of guy, to collect the arcade games and put it in your building. So yeah, it's like
pretty fun.
yeah, it's like endless possibility, I would say, in GTA Online. Endless possibility. You can literally think of anything, and most likely you could probably do it in GTA.
I think just to add on that, like yeah, just like that. What Dan was saying was like the races and stuff. Like the fact that they essentially released a tool for us to make our own racetracks. Like that's essentially is endless content, because racing in that game is actually pretty fun. It's not like super realistic comparing to like like Gran Turismo or Forza or whatever, right? But like for a solid driving experience, it's the cars are cool, and you can race with like all kinds of vehicles. So just racing is pretty good there. And of course you have your typical like deathmatch, capture the flag or whatever. Did you guys try those too?
I did it.
Yes, I did.
Oh, there you go.
There was this one time, yeah, and doing the waves.
Oh yeah, like the horde mode wave thing, wave based thing.
Oh,
What's the furthest wave you got to, Dan?
I think it was a 20 or 15. Can't remember.
Let us know in the comments how high like you guys have gone. I think I've only ever gotten like 12 or something, or 15 maybe. I wonder if there's like a higher cap or if people have survived longer.
I'm curious as to, is there a cap?
I don't know. Let's talk about like how, because this is such an old game now, but also remastered at least 3 times now, right? Because it's on the PS5, and I think a slight PSA for anyone I think that either bought it recently or something is that like you get GTA Online for free. I don't think you get the story for free, but I think at least you have access to GTA Online for free if you got the PS5 recently or something. Let us know in the comments if that's true or not, because that's, as much as it's a meme that like I think if everyone remembers the commercial or the thing where it's like introducing the next generation of gaming, GTA 5, and everyone's like,
oh, okay. 2013 game. Okay, cool.
yeah, that was something. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, how do you guys, I guess, think of it? Like, so if you were to, let's say, if you haven't bought GTA 5, for anyone that still hasn't bought it, or like, is it still worth it? Like comparing to like any other game that you kind of go for?
Dan, what do you think? I'm curious, Dan.
Yeah, it's a good game to like if you want to like pass time or something. Like if your friend wants to play, right? Like it's a good game still. Like like there's like new content every like I don't know month or year.
Yeah, I think they're at least running one more heist, or like updating with one more heist. I think by the end of this year, hopefully. We'll definitely try it for sure.
But yeah. You know, like it's like a good game with like your friends, especially in like now like COVID. Like if there's no other game for it, if you want to just fool around, like if you want to live a life that you can't do in real life, that's the game.
It is. All right. What do you think, David?
Cool. I would say it's totally worth it. Like, gaming experience is fun. You can literally do anything. And I remember the first time I was playing it with you guys, I think we kind of did a pretend bachelor party where we just went to the carnival, went to the pole dancing place, went to each other's houses. Like, it's kind of like, oh, okay, cool. But yeah, I recently went to Walmart, and Black Friday's coming up. At this time, yeah, like if you want it on console, definitely it's only $30 Canadian at Walmart for GTA 5. So for budget wise, I say it's definitely worth $30 Canadian for it. So Canadian, I have to say Canadian because it's not $30 all over the world. So
yeah, and I think you get some bonuses as well if you get like that version. I think because now they just include like you get like 1 mil or something, or 2 mil plus buildings. I think, right?
Yeah, now you mentioned it. I think there was like a banner on top of the game card, just like Platinum Edition or something, some kind of edition. So I'm sure like you get everything you need for the game. So I say yes, it's worth your Friday.
Oh, and there we go. So I guess we can all say that like, yeah, this game is definitely worth it still, and it definitely still holds in 2020. Because I still don't think that there's many games out there that talk like that is in a general setting, even from Rockstar, right? Their biggest games are GTA and then Red Dead Redemption, which they also have a sequel for. Yeah, there's not many modern games, but then of course, so I think this still stands out, and of course, especially with online, and maybe other people's experience of GTA Online could be different because there's a lot of griefers online, of course. People just want to, like get your CEO buildings, get the crates delivered, and it just sucks when that feeling really sucks when like some random dude just like pops down in a Hydra and just like destroys your stuff. So I understand if online is something that people still avoid, but with friends and maybe in a private server or something is definitely more fun. And also to note, mods also make a game, and single player has many mods, so I won't really go into what people are modding in GTA campaign. But for the online, this is technically not part of the game, but people have like made servers, like role-playing servers, where you can actually be like what David was saying, be the cop, you can be a ambulance dude, you can role play as this character in these servers. I think on Twitch it was really popular for a while too, with like popular streamers just like role playing in these servers. So So yeah, I think that's it for us. So to reiterate, I think Dan, is GTA still worth it for you?
Yes.
David, is it still worth it for you?
Yes.
And for me, it's also worth it still. So yeah, if you guys haven't played this yet, or if you guys have played this, definitely play with some friends. Hopefully, you guys all got it during when for Epic it was free. Otherwise, for anyone that got the PS5, hopefully you also got some PS5 friends to play with.
Is that the same for the Xbox series?
I don't know. I think it might be a Sony exclusive.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that might be a Sony thing. So anyone that has a PS5 and is still willing to play GTA, because I don't know actually if you can actually transfer if the save between the PS4 and PS5 is the same. I would assume so. With all these like PS4, PS5 saves transferring and stuff. Let us know in the comments as well if that's like a thing. We can end here with what games are you guys playing right now?
And I kind of want to restart Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, Red Dead
Oh, there you
Redemption
go.
2.
Oh, is it worth it? I'm just joking. Till next time.
Till next time.
I think for me, I'm still playing Spider-Man, so yeah, it's so good. Still Spider-Man for me.
I'm actually every now and then I'll pick up Arkham Knight since our last review. I've been enjoying it. It's been fun living that one night apocalypse.
One night.
Yeah. Otherwise, Genshin Impact is just a daily life game now.
Genshin is life.
If you guys enjoyed what we did here, what we talked about, if you guys liked GTA or like what we talked about, then give us a comment in the description, like what you guys think of the game as well. We love reading. We want to see what other people are talking about the game and how people still think about it. And as well, if you guys like this video and if you guys have made it to the end here, like we appreciate it. You guys are the best. Just give us a like, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification button. And now we're glad that you guys are enjoying this, hopefully. Thanks for joining us. Join us next week as we talk about a new game. And see you guys then.
Thanks, guys. Take it easy.
Awesome.
Bye. Dan, are you waving?
Adios.